Hello! Today I'm going to talk about factoring by grouping. So the first thing you want to do with factoring by grouping is determine your groups. So if you have, this is going to only be if you have more than, three terms, because with three terms you can usually do other things to factor, but factoring by grouping is more for four terms. So for this first one, we can see that this first term and this second term have a 7w in common, because 14 is 7 times 2, and they both have a w in them. This is w squared, so w times w, and so we could take a 7w out of these first two terms. So that looks good for our first group so far. So for our second two terms, wb and 2b have a b in common, so we could take a b out of both of those. So let's see if that works. So we're going to take a 7w out of both these first two terms. So if we take a 7w out of those two terms, we're left with, well, 7w squared divided by 7w just leaves 1w. So this is going to be multiplied w, and then 14w divided by 7w leaves us with 2. So that leaves us with w plus 2. Now for the second group, we're going to take out a b, so we're going to say plus b. And then wb divided by b is a w, and 2b divided by b is a 2, so plus 2. So we have 7w times w plus 2 plus b times w plus 2. Now we have two terms, and the greatest common factor between these two terms is a w plus 2, so we can take a w plus 2 out of both of these terms. So we're left with w plus 2 times, well, 7w times w plus 2 divided by w plus 2 is going to be 7w. So that's left with 7w. And b times w plus 2 divided by w plus 2 is going to leave us with b. So plus b. So the factored form of 7w squared plus 14w plus wb plus 2b is w plus 2 times 7w plus b. So there we go. So that's the factored form of this one. Now let's do another one. So the next one is 6a minus 3a squared minus 2ab plus ba squared. So these first two terms, if we group these first two terms together, we could take a 3a out, because this is a times a, and this is 3 times 2 is 6. So we could take a 3a out. That's the highest amount we could take out, so we're going to do that. So 3a, let's say 6a divided by 3a is 2, and negative 3a squared divided by 3a is negative a. So we have 2 minus a here. So 3a times 2 minus a. And then for these second two terms, let's see, the highest we could take out of them is an a times a b, because this is an a squared, so that's 2a, so you can take 1a out, and they both have b's. We couldn't take out a 2 out because there's no 2 in the second term, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a negative out, because usually you don't want your first term to be negative, and also on the inside that'll give us 2 minus a, and you'll see that. So if we take a negative ab out of these two terms, negative ab, then we're left with what? So negative 2ab divided by negative ab leaves us with 2. And ba squared divided by a negative ab leaves us with a negative a. And as in the first problem, we now have two terms which have a greatest common factor of what's in the parentheses, so 2 minus a. So we can take a 2 minus a out, and 3a times 2 minus a divided by 2 minus a is 3a. And negative ab times 2 minus a divided by 2 minus a leaves us with negative ab. So this factored form is going to be 2 minus a times 3a minus ab. But, as we can see, this second term still has a greatest common factor in these two terms, in the second parentheses term. So what we can do is this, we can take an a out of each of these terms. So we can take an a out. So this is a, and then 3a divided by a is 3. And negative ab divided by a is negative b. So this term really can be split into a times 3 minus b. So then, when we put it all together, because we can't forget to multiply this together with this, because they're being multiplied in the problem, we really get a times 2 minus a times 3 minus b. And that's just a regular 3 minus b. And those would be our two factored forms.